Hey everyone, welcome back to another round of Reddit stories. Today I've got some wild ones for you. From wedding drama to entitled parents on a plane to a boyfriend who took romantic way too far. Let's jump right in. Alright, let's start with story 1. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my sister my wedding dress after she ruined hers? So I, 26F, got married last year and had a beautiful custom dress. My younger sister, 23F, is getting married in 2 weeks. She bought a dress months ago, but last week at her bachelorette party, she got really drunk and ripped it badly while trying to slide on the floor at the club. She called me crying, saying she didn't have money for a new dress and asked me if she could borrow mine. Here's the issue: my dress is sentimental value. My grandmother sewed part of it and embroidered our family flower into the hem. I told her no, but offered to help her look for a cheaper second-hand dress. She blew up, calling me selfish and saying, "You already had your perfect day. Why can't I have mine?" Now, my mom is telling me I'm being cruel to ruin my sister's wedding. So am I the asshole for not letting her use my wedding dress? Okay, wow. That's a tough one. On one hand, weddings are stressful and it sucks her sister ruined her own dress, but honestly, borrowing someone's wedding dress is a huge ask. Sentimental value here is important. Grandma embroidered it, it's a keepsake, not just fabric. Also, if you're old enough to be getting married, you're old enough to take responsibility when you destroy your own dress. So this is not the OP's fault. Verdict: not the asshole. The sister needs to either rent or buy something secondhand. Story 2. Entitled mom demanded I give her kid my Nintendo Switch on a plane. I was flying across country and brought my Switch to pass the time. The kid in the seat behind me kept kicking my chair. His mom leaned over and said, "Can my son play on that? He gets bored easily." I said, "No, I don't let strangers use my stuff." She huffed and told her son, "The mean man won't share." An hour later, I went to the bathroom. Came back and caught the kid holding my Switch. The mom said, "He was just curious. You should let him play for a bit. You're an adult. He's a child." I snatched it back and told her to control her kid. She screamed that I was a pathetic loser who couldn't share with a child. The flight attendant eventually stepped in and told her to stop harassing me or she'd be reported. Okay, so this is classic entitled parent moment. The "he's just a kid" excuse doesn't mean you get to hand over hundreds of dollars of electronics to a stranger. Imagine if the kid dropped it, broke it, or wiped the data. That's years of saves gone. Also, what's with parents teaching kids that if someone says no, you just take it away? That's setting them up for failure later in life. Props to the flight attendant for stepping in. Not all do in this could have gone uglier. Story 3. My boyfriend 28M secretly tracks my location 26F. Just found out. I borrowed my boyfriend's iPad to watch Netflix and saw that my phone was synced to his Find My device. Turns out he's been tracking my location for months without telling me. When I confronted him, he said it's because he worries about my safety and just wants to know I'm okay. But here's the thing: he's also been showing up coincidentally when I'm out with friends. Sometimes I'd mention going shopping and he just happened to be in the area. Creeped me out, but I never suspected this. Now I feel violated. He insists it's romantic and that I'm overreacting. My best friend says this is a red flag and I should break up with him. He's begging me to stay, saying he'll delete the app. I don't know what to do. Yeah, this is not romantic. This is controlling. There's a huge difference between sharing a location and consensually and secretly tracking someone. The fact that he coincidentally showed up places she was at makes it even worse. That's stalking behavior, not love. Trust is supposed to be the foundation of a relationship, and he just nuked it. Honestly, big red flag. Op needs to reconsider this whole relationship because this doesn't sound safe. Story 4. My boss accused me of stealing lunch, but it was his mistake. At work, I bring my own lunch and keep it in the fridge. Last week, my boss stormed into my cubicle and accused me of stealing his chicken wrap. He said he saw me eating his lunch at my desk. I told him, "No, I bought my own from home." Turns out he forgot he ordered food from Uber Eats and was left at the front desk. When he didn't see it in the fridge, he just assumed I stole it. He later apologized, but I'm still annoyed because he yelled at me in front of the whole office. People are jokingly calling me the lunch thief now. Oof. Getting yelled at in front of the whole office by your boss is humiliating, especially when you didn't do anything. Even though he apologized, that kind of public embarrassment sticks. People literally gave them a nickname, the lunch thief. Bosses need to actually gather facts before jumping down someone's throat. Imagine if this was a bigger issue than lunch. Honestly, Op handled it well, but the boss should have made a public apology just as loud as the accusation. Story 5. My neighbor keeps feeding my cat despite me asking her to stop. I have an indoor outdoor cat named Luna. Recently, she's been gaining a lot of weight and refusing to eat her normal food. I found out my neighbor has been feeding her tuna and chicken scraps. I told her to stop because it's messing with Luna's health. But she said she looks hungry when she comes over. I can't just let her starve. Now, Luna spends half the day at her house. I confronted her again and she said if I don't want her feeding the cat, I should keep it inside. But Luna has always been outdoor friendly. I'm frustrated because I feel like she's stealing my cat's affection. Oh man, neighbors feeding pets is one of those things that seems nice but can actually be dangerous. Cats have specific diets, and too much human food can harm them. The neighbor saying keep her inside is such a cop out. It's not her cat. Respect boundaries. This also risks the cat bonding more with the neighbor, which feels like stealing. Op might need to either start bringing Luna in more often or be more firm because otherwise the neighbor won't stop. And that's all the stories I've got for today. Honestly, I can't decide which one was the wildest. The wedding dress drama or the boyfriend with the secret tracker. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know which story was your favorite. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.